Okay, and we're back. I'm here with my son Griffin, and if you follow us, this page is all about alcohol use disorder, alcoholism in the family, because it's a family disease. Today we wanted to make this video a little bit different. We wanted to talk about some positive things about his mother, my wife, who passed away from alcohol use disorder a little over 4.5 years ago, because she was ultimately, a very kind person. And what was your take on, your relationship and how you thought about your mother?
I always thought it was just kind of hard to reconcile, the two parts of her. Because when she wasn't drinking, she was a very kind person. She cared about everybody. She was very loving.
Yeah.
She was very family oriented. She cared about us. She wanted to be there for us. But then when she would drink,
right.
she couldn't do anything but drink. It became about herself. And I think that that's interesting because that obviously wasn't who she was. Because when she wasn't drunk, she wouldn't act that way. She'd be kind and upbeat and...
Well, that's why the disease was so confusing, because it went against her natural personality.
Yeah,
she was a very kind person, and it made her very narcissistic, very self-centered. It was all about the alcohol.
And it was really hard to see that because, somebody that's been good to you, that you love, that loves you, is doing something
to hurt themselves.
That's hurting themselves and
right.
your family. But when they're not doing that, they're great and kind and
right.
sweet. It's kind of hard to get your feelings in order and understand, the two halves there.
Right.
I think
so too. On that note, a lot of people ask me, why did I stay with her for 25 years? And to be honest with you, she was a very nice person. It's very difficult to be with someone, although they were drinking and things, she would always, I don't know, I would say apologize, but she would feel bad a lot of times for what she did. A lot of times she wouldn't recognize it, but we knew, you could just tell that she felt bad when she messed up, when she got a DUI. She would be depressed, and she would show it that way. But I think the most difficult thing is she was a very kind person. The animals, we had cats and dogs, and they would follow her around the house, wherever she walked.
I would sleep with her all the time.
Yeah. In the bed. If I got in last, there was no room in the bed for me because there's 3 dogs and 3 cats in there. She just had this energy that was very positive, which was so hard because the alcoholism was just the opposite. And what did you think about your mother and that kind of energy, and how she affected you? So really the takeaway here is that, Amanda was a very nice person, but, it can affect, it affects your life, unfortunately, and everybody in it. But there was a lot of positive times, by no stance was it all negative. We had a lot of good times. Can you think of some, good times that you had, with your mother?
Yeah, I remember being a kid, and every Christmas we would always make cookies together or cake or whatever she wanted to make. And
she always made pula.
Yeah, the Finnish bread.
Because her family was from Finland, so there was this weird bread she had to make every year.
Yeah. And she'd take me to the store and we'd pick out ingredients together, and she'd show me how to make it, and we'd have a lot of fun in the holidays. And I remember times where she'd take me to the beach, maybe with my friends once in a while. I think one of the biggest ones that I remember is one Halloween. I was really into penguins as a kid. That was my favorite animal. So she hand sewed a penguin costume for me, a full body costume, and it took her months. It was incredible. She always put the effort in when she could.
Well, she was a good mom.
Yeah.
When she was a good mom when she could be.
Yeah. When she had the opportunity to be, she was a good mom. I guess.
It's an important takeaway, that it can affect anybody, and it can affect any family, and there's no rhyme or reason for it. It just, it is what it is.
It is.
It's a sad way to go. So we're really talking about this today because it does affect families, and it's a family disease, and especially affects kids. It affects spouses. Every relationship, and the person can be the nicest, most empathetic person, but unfortunately this disease will take all that away. And again, when you're ready to work with me one-on-one, and I've helped thousands of alcoholics and their families, click on the link above and the link tree and go to the calendar link. It takes about an hour to go through it. We do a deep dive. I want to help you and your family. Again, please like, share, and comment. We also have the Facebook group called There's an Alcoholic in the Family. And again, thanks for listening.